Nice turnout. This is when I wish I had one of those angles like from the back of the room showing all the heads just eager to learn. All right, so this is brand new. Hey, Christy, this is brand new. We are going to be doing this at 1 o'clock every day, Monday through Thursday. So there's going to be a variety of topics. We are going to be going through AI. We're going to go through the apps that use AI, how you guys can use the apps that use AI. Uh, Also, a lot of the Google platforms, Google Trends, Google Alerts, a lot of Google stuff that you guys just don't think about using. And honestly, some of it's so buried so far down on Google that none of us really do. It's just, we're not willing to go dig for it. And we do, we see it, we go, I don't know what that is, especially since they name stuff so weird. Like, AI for Google was Google Bard. And no one's going to click on that in Google. And you're like looking at the apps to use. Now it's called Gemini. I mean, people are like, what? Wasn't that a space program in the 70s? No one's going to use that. So part of my job now is to find that kind of stuff for you guys and to give you a little tip every single day. We are going to open this up for discussion. These last anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. We're going to try to stay 30, right around there. But if we have a hot topic going, then we might go on to 45 if we got a lot of questions. And then we'll take every day part of it, since it's marketing in general. God, I hate having to stand right here. This camera's right here, so I can't walk. The Since it's marketing in general, we are going to just have open Q&A at the end of it too. So if you have marketing questions about something that we didn't even talk about, or you want me to talk about in a future session, by all means, that's when we fire those things off. Okay. I'm going to start with something, a tip today that I just started using myself a whole lot. Some of you may use it. I think a couple of you do. If you do not, you should begin. One of the things that most people don't realize is that 70 to 92%, depending on the platform, it's like lower on Instagram, it's closer to 70. On Facebook, it's 92. And LinkedIn is 85. So it's all in that range. So 70 to 92% of all social media video consumed, every bit of it is watched silently. They do not unmute it. They watch it silently. So if you do not have captions turned on and or embedded into your video, they're scrolling right by because you're just a talking head. All right. I was even going to put a video in here to show you guys what it would be like to watch one of your videos. I was going to pull one up without captions, but this is the first one, and we were just trying to get the Zoom going for everybody. So I will show you how to create one, however. Okay. So this is how you create a video with captions in an app called, ready for it? Captions. They were smart. They didn't go Gemini or some space program. All right, so this is what the screen looks like. Works on, I believe, iPhone and Android, but this is iPhone. This is what the screen looks like when you open the Captions app. It's a cute little purple icon. And then you open it, you get your projects. So we tested it out with one, and then we did one more recently. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the create button at the bottom. It's going to pop up and say, do you want to record one live? Do you want to use a teleprompter with your own script? What do you want to do? So I'm going to hit import. This is where I have to put my old man glasses on so I can show you guys. Scroll past all the baseball stuff. And let's get to, there's one of Bob. Here we go. I want to do that.
We did like a March Madness bracket thing, and the winner won like some awesome gift cards.
Okay. Continue with one item.
Wouldn't it be cool?
There's our video.
We did like a Madness bracket thing, and the winner.
You can expand if you want to see the whole thing. Close it back so you can get to the controls. So turn him down. So select your language for my friends, mi amigos. Espanol? Yes. Translate captions or audio? No translation. Proceed with English. And now it's going to upload it to this platform. All right. You guys hopefully can see this on the screen. Yes, good. 100%. Now it's in the queue. Now we're waiting. It's transcribing what Bob says. And you can see it's pretty quick. Now it's pretty quick on a video that's under a minute. If you try to upload here a crazy long video. Now look how fast that puts these captions over this. Now that is the default style right there. The green, the purple, the white, etc. You can change that style down here at the very bottom. You got style, scale, text, all kinds of tools down at the bottom. All I want you to worry about using for your videos right now is this part of it, the captions. Now, if you want to change the style, you can tap on that. You can scroll through and look at the different styles they have, okay? You can pick one that you like, one that you think works best for you, fits your style, your brand, whatever, your personality, and you can set it to that. You can also go in and set it your default. There's also at the top where it says featured, there's also viral. So ones that a lot of people are using or get a lot of eyeballs on. I usually stay with featured and pick one of those. So once you're done, let's say, let's cancel and just use the one that comes there. All right. Go team. And that's just no, by the way, notice Bob did not make that shot. It came off the front of the rim. He tells everybody that shot went in. Did not go in. All right, you hit export. HD at 30 frames is good for these. And just export to your camera roll. And there it goes. That literally will take you an additional maybe 1 minute, possibly, to add captions to a video once you're done with it. And if it's, let's do the opposite math, 70 to 92% are watching in silent. So that leaves you 8 to 30% that will consume and actually hear your audio for your video. If you want to run marketing campaigns that are only going to reach, what, 8 to 30%, then don't use captions. The rest of you, which I'm pretty sure is 100% of you, this is something that you need to do. You need to have captions. Get that 70 to 92%, get 100% of the people consuming your content that are doing it silently. So those numbers are really staggering. I didn't know it was that high. I know but it makes sense. I look around, I see people on their phone, I see them watching a video, I don't hear anything. They don't have earbuds in. I'm like, okay, they're just reading the captions, watching the video. So make sure that you download the captions app for iPhone or for Android and get started using that, okay? It's not something that you guys can do without. And by the way, did you see how cool the captions were? And did you see how fast it created that? That's AI. That's the AI language engine running in the background, taking what you say and creating that piece of content with it. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
So can you edit the text?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, like, if you miss a word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. If you noticed as it was scrolling along the bottom as we were going through there, you just stop it with your finger and tap on that one little thing and say it. There are a lot of various accents, from Hispanic to Scottish to British to, I tease Claire because every time she was going to use this, I was like, I don't know what's coming out of that on the other end. That should be fun. But if it does misunderstand a word, absolutely, you can just tap on it, fix that little word, and move right back on. Everything else stays the same. I used this also in a much more, it wasn't the green splashy purple thing that you saw on his. but on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I had the videos running on the TVs in here of his various speeches. If you were in here that day and you noticed, I used the Captions app to caption all of those videos. And as you know, it was, I mean, in the 60s, that audio was not that good. It was low quality audio, picked up every word he said. And he has a very long, drawn out, you know, when he's speaking, and it picked up every word across there. I didn't have to fix one word out of any of his speeches. So it is incredibly highly accurate. Okay. So that's the Captions app. That is something that I think each and every one of you are going to have, and you're going to have to use for every single video you make. Okay. Now, if you're making a series of videos and you want help with that, with the Captions app, just come see me. All right. We'll get you taken care of. Now, somebody asked me earlier when I was telling them what I was going to talk about today. They asked me, how do you find that? How do you even know like where to just go to the app store and look it up? Like, what do you look for? In this case, it was really easy. I just typed Captions, and Captions app came up first. It had tremendous reviews, tremendous ratings. That's fantastic. So I just went ahead and downloaded it right there, and it works amazing. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for, or you want to use something that may has one of these wacky names that you're not used to, that doesn't really say what it does, but the product's amazing, there is a website that you should go to, and it's called GPTE. So GPTE.ai. Now, this website is basically a search engine, but it's only a search engine for AI tools. So it's not a search engine for anything else. You can find, hey, we got Jackie and Christy and Megan and John and Marcus, hey, everybody, thank you for hopping on. If you have questions, guys, please put them in the chat. We have a lot of people here in the room, 25 people or so here in the room too. I'll repeat their questions when they ask questions. So I mean, if you went to Google and you tried to search for an AI tool that you think might help you with this one problem, you're going to get all kinds of stuff back. A lot of it's going to be sales, right? It's going to be whoever paid the most to get that. It's going to say sponsored. It's going to say download this, buy now. This is a website that you literally just search for what you're trying to do, and you only get AI tools and AI apps in result. So when we got here, I highly recommend that you guys go give that a shot. Look some stuff up in there, just kind of get used to it. Maybe save it in your bookmarks. By the way, before you download anything, especially pay for anything, any of them that cost, you know, whatever, a couple of bucks, come see me, talk to me, ask me, email me, whatever, text me, ask me about it, because I'm going through looking at every single one of them and trying to find out what the best options are. GPTE.ai, by the way, totally free. 100% free, never any charge for using that. If you have, so that's the second topic. Third, Catherine mentioned this in her speech 2 weeks ago, I believe. And it's a tool that we are starting to use all the time now. A lot of you make content in the podcast studio. You make long form videos, you do interviews, you sit down with other people, you have guests. It is a horizontal shot, right? Throw a horizontal in there, it's wide because you have two people sitting in there side by side and trying to squeeze them into the little tiny portion of the middle of a vertical video. A, looks ridiculous, and B, is very, very hard to do because you have to get very, very comfy with them. So you can shoot that video horizontal totally fine. You can, it's great for your YouTube channel. It's great for your Facebook. It's great for Instagram. It's great. You can put it on any of those things. But a lot of you guys want to pull out shorter vertical videos out of your long horizontal pieces. Now, here's the problem with that whole process. If we took someone, let's just use Zach, for example. Let's say Jeanette sits down with Isaiah and has a, what is it, usually about 17 minutes or so, or 20, yeah, minute video, an interview covering a lot of really cool topics about real estate, finance, all the fun stuff. And she puts it on her YouTube channel, but she wants to promote that other places. So let's say we send that video to Zach when we get it back. And we say, Zach, watch this video, make notes on the timeline of when interesting topics begin and end. And then let's pull them out. Let's take a shot of him and a shot of her, stack them to make a vertical video, and sync all that up and export it. And let's do that 7 or 8 times out of one piece of content. A, Zach's gonna quit. B, it would take him an entire day just to pull the clips from Jeanette's video, a whole day. And that's not a slam at Zach. It would take me or Selena or anyone else a whole day to watch this video, pull stuff out, chop stuff together, make it make sense for a reel, and then, oh, by the way, also throw captions over the top of it. So we signed up for a program here that we are using that you're more than welcome to come talk to me about, called Opus Clip. And Catherine mentioned it. I will tell you this, it is not cheap. It is not one of those free tools, and it is as far from free as you can get. But it's something we need. So Mike, in his graciousness, signed up for us. So we have it. We can't do it on every single video. Most of the video you guys make is vertical anyway, so you don't need to do it on that. But if you do on horizontal video, then, and you want to make reels out of it, send me the video or reach out to me and tell me, hey, this video that I did with my guest, I'd like some reels out of that too, if you can. And what Opus Clip does is goes in and extracts actual topics. Like if you start talking about first-time home buyers and saving money and needing it, and then you end that part of it and you go on to something else, it will extract that one part of it. If there's 2 people talking, it locks in on their face and it will stack those two things on top of each other. Now it's a perfect vertical video. And it puts captions on top of it. And it creates a title, real catchy title that it throws on top of it. It names the file that. And it gives you the description and everything beside it. So literally, I think I got 7. I uploaded Mike's Power Talk one morning. And I didn't know what we were going to get back. I had no clue. I got back 7 vertical videos out of that. And here's the best part. You don't have to use all of them. It ranks them in content, virality, like what's the chance this goes viral? Opening statements, everything. It like ranks these things and it gives you a score just like in school. The top one, 99 out of 100. And then, 92 out of 100, 84 out of 100, 70s, 60s, whatever. If you just take the top two or three and use them, and that's pretty much what I'll send back to you is the top probably four. If it's in the 50s or the 60s, then that's not a good reel. And I'm not even going to send that back to you because you don't want to post that. But if you want to pull vertical videos using AI out of your long form videos, please see me and let's have a conversation about this. Okay. And we can determine which ones. Maybe it's a great video. And we're like, absolutely. I bet you're going to get 10 out of that. And you can use them to post on your other platforms to promote your YouTube video. All right. That's what's important. Yes, sir. Miguel. They say you can use either one, but I found the best results with the actual video. He wants to know if it required just a YouTube link or an actual upload of a MP4 or MOV file. It actually will, it says it will work on both, but the YouTube one seemed to take forever. And so I just have been uploading regular MOVs or MP4s for this. It's a game changer, guys. When it comes to creating videos and creating content using AI, creating one thing and then AI giving you something else out of that doesn't take a human being 8 hours, 9 hours to sit and do all day. That's huge. And I will tell you, I mean, it's not instant like this. It takes about 15 minutes to get back because that engine, that artificial intelligence engine, has to analyze that whole video, compare it against everything else, pull the stuff out, do all the stuff. So it takes about 15 minutes to get your videos back. But 15 minutes versus having an employee or someone spend 8 or 9 hours doing a task is massive. That's one of the things that AI is going to change in your business and your daily lives, not just at work. This is going to start being everywhere. Now, keep in mind, everything we're talking about is brand new, and these things have come about in the last 12 months. So you imagine what they'll be like 12 months from now, or a year from that, 2 years from now. Imagine what the capabilities of these programs are going to be. And I'm just today giving you the names of these because I want you to begin exploring them. I want you to download them, except Opus Clip. So we're not asking anybody to pay that kind of money. I want you to download captions. I want you to go save a bookmark to gpte.ai. And then come talk to me when you have a video you think would be a good fit for Opus Clip. Because those 3 tools right there are going to do all of your videos. Miguel says, all of my videos are a good fit. Those 3 tools right there are going to save you the most amount of time and the most amount of money. You're not paying somebody or trying to find somebody to do this for you on the side. All right, I want to take questions, first of all, on these 3. You may have any questions about captions, gpte.ai, or Opus Clip, first of all. OPUS, and then Clip, CLIP, yes. Yeah, go to that website, watch the demo. I highly recommend you watch the demo. At least you will see. Who does? What's this now? Mm-hmm. Yes, but it's not right. Correct. Right. That's and hey, good point. So Miguel's point to everyone on the Zoom is captions will do some of that too, but it doesn't change camera angles, and it doesn't get the person over here and then cut to the person over here when they're talking. It stays on one person. So if another person starts talking to answer, you're hearing them and you're seeing someone going, and that's it the whole time. So good point. And we're going to find that, I'm afraid, at least for the next year or two. None of these things individually are standalone answers. There is no one magic pill that you can go, that's it, that app, that program, I got that, I'm golden. I don't have to do anything else. They're all going to have some things that you like better than others. Like for video editing, I still like Video Leap. I prefer the app Video Leap. I download that, but I also want really cool animated captions too. So I will put my footage into Video Leap. I will export it. I will go through the settings and the editing in there and choose what I like. I will export that video. And then I will go to my camera roll and I will import it into the Captions app. So yeah, I'm using two. Both use AI. Both do a very necessary thing. I can't get by without either one of those unless I want to sit and edit it myself, but yet that's still, instead of using Video Leap, something like Premiere Pro or a manual editor. So I have the video editing done over here, and then same device, they're all in here. And then I have my Captions app, just add all the captions to it. And that's it. The cool thing about, and I just discovered this the other day with one Bill Hoban did, was he had 3 people in the podcast studio, him and 2 guests. This is something that Bill likes to do all the time. Pretty sure it's just to drive me nuts. I think he finds that 3rd guest to just get involved. But I tell him, that's a nightmare, right? And he's like, I know. Let's go do it. So when I get his video back, I'm like, oh God, so this is not even, how's this going to even work in Opus Clip? Well, I uploaded it and I got the first one back when it came in, and it had a big box at the top with him in the upper half and a split 50-50 lower box in the bottom with both guests. And I was like, shut up. Like, it just tracks the people, and it has 1, 2, or 3-person templates on there. And if I ever get something with 4 people in it, I'm going to see if it'll do 4. At some point, they're just the size of your thumb. It's just a whole bunch of people. But yeah, it'll do, so far we know it'll do 1, 2, or 3 people in their own boxes, their own, and they're talking. It's amazing. Yes.
There's one called Cat.
Yeah. Her question was, yeah, there's a question about emojis. So yep. So some of these apps, and this is what we're saying when we talk about the fact that these are brand new and that no one has explored every menu of everything in the background of all of them. And Jasmine had a question as to whether or not they would put emojis on there. And we have 2 yeses in the room so far, that they will, Opus Clip will do that, and CapCut will do that as well, and Captions will do that as well. So these are things that once you start downloading these apps and playing with them, if you learn something, I mean, guys, look, the reason you guys come to this office every day, and from some of you from an hour away, the reason you come here every day is for the synergy, is to learn from each other and to help each other, right? You learn more by when somebody next to you does something and you're like, I don't do that. That works. And vice versa. This is what we're talking about. If you download these apps and you dig through the menus and you learn something, and Jeanette, if you know Miguel is an avid user of this as well, like, let me know. I want to cover that stuff in here all the time. Just tell me when you find these things out, and we'll go, hey, we'll do another one that says we got an update on Opus and captions and check out these cool things. And we'll, you know, bring you guys up, let you guys connect too, and you can, we can all can do this together. Okay. Yes.
Like free, like, so you can upload 2 free videos and actually play around with the program.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's obviously you have to pay for it, but it'll still give you a free version of captions, not like captions the app,
Right.
but it'll give you
Just to put captions. Yeah.
Very
Right. Yeah, there's a workaround. Jeanette says that if you download Opus Clip, or if you use Opus Clip, you will get some 2 free cycles to upload content and see how it works. And even if you don't want to do the pay version of it and spend all that money, you can still use it to do captions and stuff. It's just not going to do all the cool face recognition, AI pull out, and all that stuff. But it's amazing. I'll tell you guys, it's amazing. I've used it. I have just a couple of times I just sat back in my chair and went, wow. Wow. Like, I can't believe this just happened. And it just happened in 15 minutes. And there's all this content. And if you post one of those reels a day to advertise your video on YouTube or to point people to your full interview, just post one a day saying, you know, hey, we talked about whatever the topic is. Want the full interview and all the fun conversation, head over to my YouTube channel. Just one a day. That's a week's worth of post created from one video that you did. A week's worth from one video. And I know, because I get the conversations and the questions all the time with you guys that are like, do I really have to post something every day? Do I like, can I get by with once a week or what? No. Post something every day. Be smart in how you create your content, and it will create those posts for you. You're not running around every day looking for a brand new topic. You get video reels out of one piece of content, and you can get enough. If you play your cards right when you're creating it, you can get enough to post for a whole week and point people to where your video is on YouTube. Now, that brings me to YouTube. If I have not sat down with you and looked over the back end of your YouTube channel, like the settings inside the settings, then we need to have a conversation, because a lot of you are missing so much. The opportunities that you're leaving on the table are massive. Yes, ma'am. How do you create thumbnails?
You say, hey, can you put a thumbnail on it as well, so that way the video,
Mhm.
the videos
At the end? At the beginning? Oh yeah, just a regular old thumbnail, just a JPEG that's YouTube loads to show you what it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pre-created thing. And there are, look, that's good. I'm glad you brought that up. The question was thumbnails for our YouTube videos. Where do they come from? How do we create them, etc.? The ones with, you know, stuff on it. I am going to, when I leave here, I'm going to go back to my desk, and I am going to make notes that is going to be like a huddle. I might even do it tomorrow. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So Canva is one way to do it. There are multiple apps, multiple platforms that you can create a YouTube thumbnail on. Super simple if you once you get used to it. And look, pick one of these things that works for you and learn that one. Learn that. Like, if this works for you creating a thumbnail, and you put everything, you've got everything in there. You've got your, your headshot, or you've got a bunch of the crazy pictures. Like Rip likes to do a bunch where he's a whole bunch of pictures of him on a green screen going, or, all these kinds of poses. And they rotate through whichever one makes sense. If it's bad news for something, he's got a bunch where he's like really sad. And if it's like amazing news, he's got something that's really, really happy. He's got so many different poses, but you only have to do them one time. And you put them in the platform. And now it's just pick which one you want. So learn that one. You don't have to learn something every single day in a new in about 10 different platforms to do the exact same thing. If it's creating a YouTube video or YouTube thumbnail for your video, just learn that one flow, that one process, one workflow. And this is what I do when I need to make a thumbnail. And if it works for you, it's great. But we'll give you a bunch of different options. I'll look up different platforms, the free and paid ones, of course, and give you the choice. It's up to you. We prefer you guys do the free ones. All about the free. But if you find something else that you really love, you can do that too. It's great to have a good thumbnail. It's equally as important to have a great end card on your video. So if you're just uploading your video and you're not going to the trouble at the end to place an end card with the other, your previous videos right here or something, and a subscribe circle right here, then you're missing an opportunity to direct people to more traffic on your YouTube channel. So I don't want you guys to get, I don't want you to get tunnel vision on something like YouTube when there's multiple things that need to be covered. But at the settings, if we go through the settings right in the back end, it will default to most of that stuff automatically. You won't even have to do it every single time. If you're typing in multiple tags when you're uploading a video, you're doing it wrong. All that stuff should already be in there. It should be default, native. You upload a video, boom, they're all there. Automatically. All you have to do is add 1 or 2 or 3 that what this particular video happens to be about. But if you're tagging your name or the words real estate or Century 21 or any of those things in there, you're wasting 8-9 minutes every time you do that. And we all know how precious time is. So, all right, let's do, okay, 5 minutes over with that. Now, going to open it up to marketing questions in general, which I will obviously, if I don't have the answer for now, I will obviously find the answer for you, and you and I can sit down and have a conversation. If you have some on the Zoom, by the way, go ahead and put those in the chat, please. Yes, sir.
Record a Zoom meeting and then so you've got a meeting with 3 people, the moderator and people asking questions. Did you put that into the focus clips, like something recorded from Zoom?
I don't know the answer to that question, but I believe you might can, because it's just going to be an MP4 or an MOV file, and it's still going to do facial detection on this, and it gives a certain amount of room on either side, and it puts this in the middle. So I think that is a possibility. I might use this Zoom to try it with. Yes.
Add little like things like this. Can you see them?
B-roll?
Yeah, like I've seen in more where they have like little clips of things that relate to what.
Yes. Actually, this morning I noticed that Opus Clip has a thing that's a tab called AI B-roll generator. AI B-roll generator. So it can take the thing that you talk about. If you're talking about, banking or something, and it like actually it knows that it says, oh, they said banking, and it will find like a external shot of a bank or something, or money. If you're talking about Wall Street, it goes and pulls one of their little demos they had. Somebody mentioned Wall Street and stocks and funds, and it pulled a shot of the big room where all the computers are and everybody's running around trading and stuff. And I was like, That's cool. It takes what you say and goes and finds a clip of it. It does say in little parentheses, beta, right beside it. So we all know what that means. You could be talking about Wall Street that, there's a clip of somebody riding in the Grand Canyon. Like, nope, not what we were talking about. But you just don't post that one. You just delete that part and go try again. But yeah, so the question was B-roll, little shots of other things happening while you are talking about it. Cutaways, they're often called too. There's, like I said, Opus does that too in beta right now. So we'll see where that goes. All right. Okay. Yes, GPT.ai, correct, Marcus. GPT.ai. TikTok and Instagram Reels. Yeah, TikTok and Instagram Reels, they offer free captions in the app as well. But the goal is for you to create a piece of content and post it everywhere. So that's why if you use a third-party app like Captions, you get that one piece of content and you just throw it in there. Let's see. How do I make end cards? Yes, end cards, when you know what? I will actually hook this thing up to the screen next time, and I will take you through end cards, uploading a video. It's real simple. You just tell it, do you want to show something of interest to the viewer? Do you want to show your most recently uploaded file or what? I always say my most recently uploaded file. I don't want them to leave and go to another YouTube channel. That's bad. I want them to stay on my YouTube channel. So I give them something worth watching. And you can also put in, your subscription, subscribe and all that stuff so that goes there. Okay, cool. That's all the questions from Zoom so far. All right, marketing questions in general. Does anybody have something they're stuck on or they can't figure out right now? Something you work on. Everybody's marketing is working at 100%. Is this what I'm reading from the room? No questions on any of that.
Post it, like, is there another that we should be doing to market?
After you post it where on any of the platforms? If it's a really good video, look, well, I know some of us think every video we make is just amazing. Miguel left, or I was going to point him out. I know you think this is, I mean, I'm freaking Spielberg. Like, that's what you think. Like, there has to be some award category for this type of stuff. Sometimes we do make really good videos. Sometimes it's something you just want to post and you post it for that day, and that is your video. Get it out there and move on to your next piece of content. If, however, it actually really is good, and you get other people coming up to you going, God, Jeanette, that was phenomenal. Like, that was really, really good. Boost it. Put some money behind it. If you don't boost it, nobody's seeing it, but your people in your network. That's it. And only 5% of them are seeing it. So very limited eyeballs. But you boost it, spend $10 a day for 5 days, $50. That's a good boost. And that's going to get thousands and thousands of eyeballs outside of your friend network. And you set the parameters within the boost. Like, you're like, I want it only in Georgia or Fulton County or whatever, Rome, whatever. You set your parameters as to where you want it, as long as, if you're not talking about a property, if you're talking about a house, then it has to be a minimum 15-mile radius, which is 30-mile diameter around where you are. That's the rule. It's actually a law. It's a rule. So you can't do that. But if you're just talking about how to prepare your home for sale or something, you can say where you want to put that video, and you'll get eyeballs I do it all the time. I bet I spend $50 a week on some of my posts, my personal post on my Facebook page, and it gets eyeballs. That is, no, they're the same. That takes you to the same, you're doing the exact same thing. A lot of people get confused and go, well, Boost is not like a real Facebook ad. It is. You give them money to show your content. It's an ad. And it all runs through the same thing. If you notice the way the URL changes, Facebook.com is run off of one complete set of server farms. You notice that when it changes, though, when you go to transacting money with them, in that you watch the URL, that URL, the second part of it changes drastically because it has banking transactions involved. It's on a secure set of servers. So they don't really operate together. And in fact, they can't talk or help each other. Like we had a problem with our Facebook page here, and I was talking to someone that through the Facebook ad helped people or whatever. And then once they finally realized that our problem was just on the regular Facebook side, they're like, yeah, we don't even know those people. Like we never have cross communication with those people. So they couldn't help us. So boosting it, setting up a Facebook ad, they all go to the same place. You're all running, you're paying them to run it. The difference is what's actually being shown. That's an organic piece of content that will actually make people want to watch it more because it's a Facebook ad, but it doesn't look like a Facebook ad. It looks like an organic piece of content. It's not advertising razors or diapers or a band Saturday night somewhere. It's not doing any of those things. It's just a good piece of content that's being seen by a whole lot more people. So that's why we say that works better than Facebook ads every single time. Do you have a question?
I know.
Okay. All right, anybody else? We have 45 minutes on the dot. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. This is the first one. We're going to do a whole lot more of these every day on some topics. 1 o'clock, Monday through Thursday. Any more questions on Zoom? All right. Bye, guys.